This is the URT. You are the URT. Smash a like for the URT. Subscribe to the URT. People, we got a bit of news for you tonight. We got a bit of news tonight. There's reports suggesting that Carrick's got the job. Ahmad and Mbeumo. Obviously, they were asked in the press conference, and they both said yes, they would have Carrick. But, of course, they weren't going to say anything else but than that, even though Ahmad said it's not for them to decide. And then, obviously, today, Fabrizio Romano tweet saying that Ugrate is looking at his options, settling to leave Manchester United. So, when people are saying we need 2 midfielders, looks like we're going to need 3 midfielders. 3 midfielders. But anyway, all of that coming up and more, people. After this. Who are we? This is the URT. You are the URT. Big up the URT. Smash a like for the URT. Subscribe to the URT. Big up man like Simba. Yo, big up Simba. Big up to all the people, man. Big up to everybody live, man. Big up to everybody live. I'm just going to put the tweet out there. Putting the tweet out there. Ugarte set to leave. Man UFC need 3 midfielders, man. Set to leave. Manchester United need 3 midfielders. 3 new midfielders this summer. This summer, people. I would like to get your opinion. Do you agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree, people? Yeah. We are live, people. We are live. URT. Who are we? This is the URT. You are the URT. Solidarity and love to all the people resisting the war machine. URT Army, we are live. We are live, people. We are live and direct. Apparently, news breaking tonight. Carrick got the job, mate. Got the job. Ineos, give Carrick the job. Ineos, give Carrick the job. The job. But yeah, how are we, people? How are we? Champions League tonight, not as great. Big up Saeed for the radio. Not as great as it was. Let me just have a look. Barca lost 2-0. And Paris Saint-Germain beat Liverpool 2-0, and it should have been more. It should have been more. Liverpool are an absolute disgrace. They did not have 1 shot on goal. 1 shot on goal. It's embarrassing, man. Liverpool have not had 1 shot on target. 1 shot on target. I'm telling you. Not 1 shot. They had 3 shots in the game. 74% possession. That is embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. Playing like Manchester United in some of these years. Liverpool are playing like Manchester United in the last couple of years, man. You know how it is, man. We welcome trolls as long as you keep it respectful. We don't mind banter. Banter is all about here. Yeah, people are saying he has. People are has. The PR from the clubs that Carrick's got the job. But we're going to be talking about Ugrate tonight and that Manchester United need 3 midfielders. If we do not sign 3 midfielders this summer, then next season we're going to be the new Newcastle. We're going to be struggling like Chelsea and Newcastle in the league. And we're not going to qualify next year's Champions League. We're not going to do that. I'm telling you now. Big up to Saeed for the... But yeah, Manchester United, people. Manchester United, and Carrick's got the job. That is according to rumours tonight breaking. Carrick has got the job. That's what we're hearing. That is what we're being told. That's what we're hearing. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Glazers, Ineos, out, mate. Glazers, Ineos out. We keep it 100%. Ugarte leaves. Manchester United need 3 new midfielders, mate. It's as simple as that. And then obviously Ahmad and Mbeumo both endorse Carrick. But yeah, what do we think, people? What do we think? What's going on, man? Big up, people. Big up, people. Big up, please listen. We are 150-something subscribers away from 15K. We're shadow banned because we talk about what's happening in Lebanon. Now, the state that's not real is trying to genocide the Lebanese people. They try to genocide the Lebanese people. And you know what the US fascist empire is doing? Is try to genocide the Iranian people. We speak about these things. We're a football channel, but everything is political. Everything. We don't separate either. So please, smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and smash that like. Let's go, people. Ugarte is leaving. Ugarte is leaving. So what is Ineos's plans for the midfield? It's not just about 1 or 2 guys. We need 3. I personally think we need 4. I think we need 4 midfielders. Because if you buy 3 and 2 get injured, then are we going to have only 2 options in midfield? Is that what we're going to have? No, it's not confirmed from them, no. It's not, but all the rumours are saying, Noah, that it is Carrick's job. All the rumours are saying it's Carrick's job. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying, people. That is what they're saying. This is what they're reporting, people, tonight. But people, please smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Ugarte, listen, we're going to ask the question tonight. Is Ugarte hard done by the fan base? Is Ugarte hard done by the fan base? Or is Ugarte crap? Is Ugarte hard done by? Does Ugarte hard done by? Or is, is he hard done by? By the fan base? That's the question. Yay or nay? Let me know what you guys think, because I really want to know. I really want to know what you guys think. And smash the like while you're there as well. Smash the likes. Smash the like, people. Let me know, because I think he's hard done by, because every time, I don't think it's his fault that we concede every time he comes on the pitch. I don't believe that. It's like the same thing. People used to say Gareth Bale. Every time Gareth Bale came on the pitch for Spurs, Spurs used to lose. No, it's that other teams, by the time Ugrate comes on, the other teams are trying to score goals. That's what is happening. That is what is happening. Do I think he's the greatest player? No. But do I think it is crap as people make him out to be? I don't think he's that crap. But I'm happy to see him go, because he's not good enough on the ball. He's not good enough on the ball. But I'm not going to lie to you. I like Gomez. Gomez is not that great on the ball either. Gomez is not that great on the ball either. So what are we going for this summer? Are we going for people that can run across the ground, can throw their weight around? Or are we going to go for passers like Wharton? Like Stiller. And we're going to compare. We're going to compare as well. People linking us to Stiller as well today, saying that Stiller, Manchester United are still there for the Stiller. I mean, I don't know. I genuinely don't know about Stiller. I don't watch the German league. I don't profess to watch the German league. I don't. To me, he looks physically too weak for me. He looks physically too weak for me. He does. He does look physically weak for me. And midfielders who play in that league are very transitional. Yeah, big up, Jarvis. Let me know. If you're free, Jarvis, no problem. If you're not free, if you're chilling, no problem. But if you're free, jump on. I like to talk to you. It's been a long time no see. Big up to yourself, though. I hope you're well. I hope your family is well. Always love Jarvis. If you're free, jump on. If not, no problem. Still too slow. That's what I'm saying to you. Too slow. The German Scholes. Scholes had amazing techers. Is this guy? Are you saying this guy is techie like Scholesy? Then we'll get him. Then because you don't need to be fast. You don't need to be physical. If you got that brain, if you got the technical ability and the quick sharpness of mind, you don't need to be in physicality and running. But what kind of midfielders do you want? Let me just see the Ugarte. I know a lot of people are saying Ugarte is crap. I bet you a lot of people are saying, I don't even know why I'm doing the poll. It's actually not that bad, actually. 40% saying no. Yes, 60% are saying yes, Ugarte is hard done by the fan base. 38% are saying yes, he's not. So that's really interesting about Ugarte. He's just that he's not good on the ball. He's not good on the ball. I'm not looked at him. You know, the American lad. Yeah, he's a good player, man. I like him. He does a lot of running. Nora, have you got a spot on about the Bundesliga? They only work if you have the proper system. But if you don't have a proper system, we play counter-attack and relying on moments. Yeah, 100%, Simba. 100%. PSG, man, let's have a laugh at Liverpool as well while we're there. They were absolutely terrible, Liverpool. Absolutely terrible. I swear to God, it's like they played with two men down. It's like they played with 9 men. They did not have one shot on target against a Paris Saint-Germain team that give you chances. Paris Saint-Germain are not the most amazing defensive team. They give you chances. You can attack them. Ugarte, soccer squad player, bring on to see out games, but he shouldn't be a third choice midfielder. Fair play. Fair enough. But we're going to ask the question as well after this poll. I really want to get your things. What kind of midfielders are we going for? Because for me, I think we should sign 4. We should find 2 ball players and 2 physical monsters. That's what I think you should. I think you should sign Mbeumo. I think we should sign Anderson. I think we should sign Wharton. And then Ravenberg. That's who we should sign. That's what I believe we should sign. That's who I think we should. And then you have a mixture of ball players and a lot of physical players. Yeah, you have always screamed strengthening a squad, but it leads on deaf ears. But this is it. But when we're doing a Newcastle next season, Fury, when we're doing a Newcastle next season, then people will be like moaning, Carrick is shit. Whoever the new coach is, it's not Carrick. Then this is shit. That guy's shit. Because it'll be like, well, who have you got off the bench? Who have you got off the bench? What do we go? What do we go for? Smash the likes, people. Welcome to the channel. Here we ask the serious questions. We don't do the sexy stuff on here. We do the realistic things. Tonali, yeah, I do like Tonali. Tonali and Anderson will be brilliant. Tonali and Anderson would be brilliant. They would be fantastic. Tonali and Anderson will be great. Yeah, of course, because I know what football club we support, Ali. They'll never sign 4 midfielders. But we do need 4. If they sign 2 midfielders, 2 of them get injured, who are we going to have in midfield next season? Mason Mount. Bruno goes back into midfield. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Answer me this question, please. You need to stack up. If you're playing 3 in midfield, you need to stack up in midfield. I'm telling you, Manchester United, for a large part of the season, next season, especially in the first part of the Champions League, in the winter month, you're going to play in Champions League games. That is 3 games in 7 days. 3 games in 7 days. Can they do it? Nah, they're not calling me, mate. My knee's gone. Bruno Gomes, Mamadou Sagara, Aston Satch, and Lee Yangin. You know what? Lee Yang. I don't know about Lee Yang anymore, man. He can't even get into that team. He can't get into that team. And And even Kakavashvili scored tonight, but he's been crap, man. Last season he was amazing, Kakavashvili. This season he's been crap, man. Who are we kidding out here, man? And Lee Young still can't get in that team ahead of him. So I've had to reserve. I've liked Lee Young. I thought he was fantastic, that kid. But I'm not sure about him anymore. And Starch guy, he just runs a lot, man. He's more of a number 10 anyway. Wharton, Sangara. Sangara for Len Stiller and Sanderberg. Wow. So you've gone for pure footballing, guys. You've gone for purely ball players. Yeah, big up to Rants for the raid as well, man. Big up. Ineos raid, Ineos raid, Ineos. Yeah, big up to Ineos for the raid. Big up for the raid. Big up Rants, man. Big up to Saeed, both of them, man. Love to those brothers, man. Big up to those kings. Also, Champions League has become complicated. We're going to be playing teams like Real Madrid in the league phase. Yeah, 100%. 100 million% we're going to be playing teams like PSG. This is what's going to happen, people. That is what's going to happen. That is what love, man, love. That's what's going to happen. And we're going to get embarrassed. And then in the Premier League, you go away. Look at now. Look what the French teams do. Liverpool play Paris Saint-Germain. Guess what the French league does? La Liga. They postponed the league game for Paris Saint-Germain, so they've got a full week to rest to prepare for the game at Anfield next week. In the Premier League, they don't do that in the Prem. None of that is happening in the Prem, mate. That is not happening in the Prem. Big up. That is not happening in the Prem. So Manchester United, for me, if we don't sign 7 to 8 players this season, and some of them are not midfielders, where we've struggled the most this season has been the midfield. I think we need a centre-back, we need a left-back, right? We need 4 midfielders, in my opinion. We need a right winger. That's what I believe. Big up to Rants for the raid. That's what I believe. And we're going to be like Newcastle. We're going to be like Newcastle. No, we need to sign 6, 7. We need to sign 6, 7, and then in the January, we need to sign another 2 at least. To keep it refreshed, you need a bigger squad. This season, we got knocked out of the first round of the League Cup, first round of the FA Cup. It's never happened. That's never happened when I'm watching Manchester United. Never has happened. That has never happened. So, what kind of players we're going to need? And I want to know what type of midfielders you guys think we need. Do we go for 2 physical midfielders and 2 ball players? Or do we go, if you're going to sign the 3, do we go for 2 ball players and 1 physical? I mean, Anderson can do both, to be fair. By the way, I watched Pedri tonight. I don't know if he was injured. He got taken off his first half. But honestly, my God, I misspoke the other night. I hyped up Anderson too much. Pedri's just different flavor, man. He's the best midfielder in the world, alongside Fatini and those guys, man. Yeah, big up France for the raid, man. Nuruddin, we can keep Collier and Ugrate and sign 3 midfielders. Then we're good. Unfortunately, Mount stays. But this is what I can't take, bro. Why does Mount have to stay? Why do we collect these English-born players who are horrendous, who can't stay fit? What are we doing? Yeah, Jarvis, listen, I'm not pressuring Jarvis, man. If he's free, he'll jump on. If not, no problem. We'll do the show. We'll be me and you guys in the comments that will do the show together. Yeah, people, 400 of you. 60 likes, man. Come on. Get 200 likes ASAP. Let's do it, people. I like Wharton. Anderson is in the same tier as Fatini and Pedri. Yes, yes. I got a bit excited. Truth be told, I got a bit excited. Pedri is different gravy. Different flavor. 100%. He's not. I saw Pedri tonight at times. I thought he was sensational. But yeah, I thought Barcelona were the better team, but Atletico Madrid beat them. That's what it was. Liverpool were a disgrace. Absolute disgrace, Liverpool. Honestly. Their fans must be thinking, what is going on with these players? Thoughts on Joe Gomez? Yeah, listen, I think he's not that great on the ball either. I don't think he's great on the ball either. Anderson is a passion merchant. Robbie Savage. Nah, that is scandalous. Yo, Perils, man, that is scandalous, bro. That is scandalous. Absolutely scandalous. Scandalous is not the word, man. Seriously, that's a scandal. That is scandalous, man. How can you say that? How can you say that Anderson is a passion merchant like Robbie Savage? Robbie Savage was a decent footballer, man. Yeah, he gave fouls away. He wasn't a top-tier player, but he did what he had to do. He did what he had to do, man. Let me see if Esky wants to come and argue about this, man. What type of midfielders we need. Yeah, man. It is, honestly, it is what it is. It is what it is. Mount isn't even that good. He's bang average, number 10. Who cares if he has a goal now? People think he's a good because he runs around a lot. 100%, that's what happens, yeah. Promote Lacey and JJ Gabriel. Nah, JJ Gabriel's not ready yet. Let's not rush JJ. Lacey, definitely. Lacey has to be in the squad. Manchester United full match day squad next season. 100%. You don't rate, yeah, that's an opinion, innit? I understand that, but don't call him Robbie Savage. Yo, check this out. Yo, the chance going out of hand tonight. Anderson spiking Tom Cleverley. That is mad. Yeah, I do. I really like Thierry Emery. I thought he was brilliant tonight. He's so strong, man. Thierry Emery bullied Liverpool tonight, man. He bullied people, man. No, I'm worried about Anderson price tag because now I think he's got everything that I've been reading, I think he might have I think if you're a Champions League team, I think he's got a clause on his contract. I think he's got 60, 70 million contract release clause in his contract. It won't be 110 million. I'll be shocked if it is. Because certain journalists keep saying he's worth 80, 70 million. 70 to 8, between 70 and 80 million. And I think that means then he's got a buyout clause to a champ. So not buy, yeah, he's got clause on his contract for a Champions League team. So if a Champions League team knocks on the door, this is it. He's not ready, man. Listen, Gabriel says fantastic talent, but he's not ready. People in the chat, get them to like the video, man. Yo, all the mods, get people, man. Get on it, people. Get on it. Matt McTominay, Rice, passing merchant, Anderson actually talented. Yeah, I mean Rice. To be fair, Rice is a good player, man. Must not get too. Rice is a good player. Yeah, I do rate Tonali. Yeah, I think he's a good player. Yeah, I think he's a good player. He is a good player. Yeah. Big up, Jarvis.
Hey, big up, my friend.
Long time no see, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very good. It's been a lazy Easter. Yeah. I've been doing nothing, laying on my couch, just relaxing. So yeah, it's been good. How are you?
I'm good. Did you take a trip to Spain a couple of weeks ago?
Yes, I did. Okay. Yes, I did.
For work,
second time this year.
For pleasure or for work?
No, pleasure. Benidorm by night. I'm still tired.
Wow. Were you there with the boys or with just family?
No, with the boys. Wow. So it's
How long were you there?
I will not tell you any details about the trip, but I tell you it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah.
How many days were you there with the boys?
No, 5 days. That was enough. Whoa, I couldn't have taken one more day. I would have been dead. You know?
Oh my God. Boys, listen, everybody in the chat, they went on the lash for 5 straight days, going out every night. Oh my God. Yeah,
well, I have to say we did go golfing during the day. So a little bit of fresh air and exercise, but it is what it is. Big up, guys. Big up to the chat. Big up, everybody.
Big up. Jarvis, listen, rumors are coming out tonight in and around Manchester that Carrick, the job is Carrick's. The other things that that you saw Ugarte news drop. And now I'm saying Manchester United need. I've been doing shows screaming at the top of my lungs to basically say we're going to be like Newcastle next season, regardless who's the manager, if we don't have quality, strength, and depth in the squad.
100%.
Do you agree or disagree, Jarvis? Talk to me.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir always, Nordin. When it comes to this, I think you and me have been sitting here talking about this for years now. We need strength in quality and strength in quantity. We need more numbers, and we need, you said it yourself when it came to Collier in January. We lend out a player. one injury away from disaster. Luckily, we pulled it off. But again, this is our squad, and I think the numbers, looking at our squad next season, now we have our centre backs. That's one thing. We have 3 injury-prone centre backs with Maguire with his new contract. And by the way, the rumors was 150K a week on his new contract. What the fuck is that all about? We could have gotten a so much better centre back for 150 million. We need someone reliable who can stay there, be ready, fit, at least play 1 game a week, because we know there will be 2 games a week next season because of the Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup. We will go deep, most likely. We will have a more quality in our squad. We know we are going into a big summer, but will it help? Will it help signing 4 players, for example? 2 midfielders are the reports saying we are signing 2 midfielders. And one of them is Casemiro leaving. So, we are replacing him and Ugarte, most likely. So we will have no replacement for Kobe Mainu next season. and because we're talking about signing Elliot Anderson, 150 million, Tonali here and there, we know that the players like, the Ineos, they don't have the cash. It will never happen. We will go for Baleba and Gomez, most likely. And, that's that. It will be an anti-climax. People will have so big expectations. But my hopes are a little bit down, I have to say, after the Maguire signing.
Talk to me about the Maguire, Jarvis. Talk to me. Give me your analysis on Maguire.
Yeah, but I said so on this channel. It makes sense. It's sensible. It's everything we want to do. We need a player with experience and all of that. But again, it's like a guff from the past. Always like hanging on. This is Man United. Always, we can't get rid of Bailly. We can't get rid of Phil Jones. We can't get rid of
Luke Shaw.
All these players just clinging on for their life. And, the quality is not there. Maguire, I love his attitude. I love what they have done after, that he came out alive, after all the abuse he got 3-4 years ago. But again, thank you for your service. Your contract was done. This was our moment. We could have said goodbyes, but now we have to have Maguire on for 2 more years and 150K a week, when we know there are so many good, Slotterbeck, I think he has is it 35 million for that guy? 6'3", is pacey, is strong, but you're okay. He doesn't have the Premier League experience. But why are we not being more progressive, more aggressive in this transfer window? We want to see a rebuild. We want to get rid of the past. We want to move forward. And I'm like you, Noridin. I don't watch the Bundesliga. I don't know much about these guys. People talk about Stiller and all of this, but when I say don't sign them, it comes from a stage of ignorance, because I don't know. I don't have the knowledge. So that's just where I am. I prefer Premier League proven players. Get them in, players I know, players I can trust. And you mentioned a couple of guys, but honestly, how do you actually think we can get a player like Elliot Anderson, Noridin, for real? No. And I think this is where I'm a pessimist when it comes to this. Yeah. And not even, I think, it's like, at the end of last season, they said, oh, we will sign Donnarumma, we will sign Baleba, and everybody got nuts. The protests got cancelled. And we know that they can play us. They have done this for years. This is what they do. So guys, keep your expectations a little bit lower. I bet you won't get as disappointed when we end up signing João Gomez and Baleba. That's our midfield strengthening for the summer. So, it's just how I feel at the moment.
Yes, Jarvis, listen. The rumors that I'm hearing from City fans last night, I did the show, Anderson's going to Man City. And then the news came out in the Mirror. If you look at it, people were talking about it. But when I did the show last night, Anderson, the news broke that, because I spoke to...
I think City will sign both Anderson and Tonali. I think they are going nuts You know, they are replacing Rodri, they are replacing Bernardo Silva, those two guys. All that experience, Premier League experience, they need quality. So, you know, City, they don't muck around. You know, when they want to do something, they go straight to the source and get the best they can get. And this is just how it is, you know. And we will have to fight for the scraps. You know, there so many players we've been linked to. We talk about Wharton, Gomez, Baleba. Matheus Fernandes have been mentioned, but the report coming out tonight that Matheus Fernandes is not going anywhere. West Ham is not selling him. It's out of the option. And, you know, we have players like Ederson. He's gone to Atletico Madrid now. Garner signed a new 5-year deal with Everton. Who else do we have? So these players, you know, it's getting smaller and smaller, the group of players we are signing from. And also today we heard Stiller's contract. You know, it's apparently don't have a 35 million release clause. It's a 2 million euro buyout clause for is it Stuttgart? Stiller. Yeah. So we will most likely end up paying something about, let's say, 45 to 50 million for him now. So again, we snooze, we lose. This is Man United. And I bet you, because on the topic, I just want to say before I let SK come in, I bet you that we will be on a sell to buy basis when it comes to Ugarte. And our set price is 40 million. Who the hell will pay 40 million for Ugarte? So it will wait, we will come to August, and he will probably go on loan in the last week of the window. So yeah.
You got Besky. How you doing, King?
You got Besky.
Yo, what you saying? Yes, Travis, you good? Snowden, you good?
Yeah.
I
mean, listen, Ugarte. The United set asking price is 40 million. Apparently, he's tried to get out of Manchester United because he's not getting any time to play. But who's going to buy him? And how many midfielders, if Ugarte leaves, how many midfielders do you think we need? People get in the poll. I'll give you 3 options. How many midfielders Manchester United need? So make sure, people, that you get voting in the poll. At this moment in time, I ask how many midfielders do we need? 60% are saying, 64% are saying 4, 40% are saying 3, and 0% are saying 2. So we're talking about next season in terms of squad building. We're going to need strength and depth. But talk to me. What's your opinions on Ugarte? Do you think he's hard done by at United as well, by United fans?
No. Do you know what it is? I've assessed Ugarte. Do you know how some people are trying to say Lisandro should play midfield or he should play left back? Arsenal fans were saying that. Sometimes when a player gets in certain leagues, it's not like you miscategorize them. Sometimes the position just changes or you're playing wrong sometimes. Look at McTominay now at Napoli and there's other examples. The point being, I think Ugarte is like a centre-back. Because him on the ball, he's not good enough on the Premier League on the ball. Every time he's on it, he's a liability. His dribbling's not all there. He's not a terrible player, but he's not good enough. He's not good enough to come on for Man United, let alone start for Man United. So ultimately, no. And under both managers, he's letting both down really. So yeah, for me, Ugarte can get off. For the people in the poll that are voting, big up in that. I just think anyone thinking that 4 midfielders is highly unrealistic. I think. We can all dream. I want £1 million. I want Mbappe to sign tomorrow. I want a lot of things in it, and you can put it on a poll and say this is what the fans want. But ultimately, if you're being realistic about things, I think 2 to 3 midfielders is a lot more realistic. It's a lot more gettable, and you couldn't really tell me any time in history where any club in England has just signed 4 midfielders like that. Maybe fucking Tottenham back in the day when they had a bit of dough when they signed like 8 players in one window, or Nottingham when they were just signing like 20 players on the last deadline day, something like that, where it's just mad. But really, we do need a lot of bodies in there, but we're not signing for midfielders. No, I think we need about 2 or 3. Like I said, obviously Cassie's probably getting off. That's fine. We do need to start looking at replacing Bruno. Obviously, like I said before, Anderson, you move heaven and earth to get him. He is that guy. You're not going to get Vitinha or anyone like that. So you try to get him. There are Wolves that we have been linked with. That Nunez guy. Don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. So. Yeah, just try and get 2 or 3. But for me, yeah, Ugarte, he's not been hard done by at all. No, he's come on. He's we've had midfielders in the past like Sabitzer come on, did a part, look decent. Put a bit of fighting the team, and he was on the ball. Thought, yeah, it's decent. You can play here for a little bit. He had an injury, got off. But players like Ugarte, I don't think he'll be remembered. I don't think he'll be missed. I'm not trying to throw hate on him or shade. He's not a terrible player. He's not good enough to be a bench player for Man United ultimately. And that's his own. He was given opportunities. He was given time, but obviously we've got better midfielders ahead of him. Kobe Manu and the likes, and we really need to upgrade. You upgrade the team by upgrading the floor. And right now he is one of the players who is like the floor of our team. So we need to upgrade on that position. Yeah, no hard feelings, Ugarte. You're mute, Nordin. Mute.
For midfielders, some before they won the Prem, we can't be realistic. Then, yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. People are always saying what they can do. Man City signed. Man City will sign. They signed. They had an incredible turnaround of their squad, but Manchester United can't. And instead, we keep in players like Maguire. Honestly, I don't know what it is. But in terms of Ugrate, United, I mean, it's the reports of what I'm reading, 35 to 40 million. And apparently, teams like Spurs are interested. Newcastle. These are the teams that he's been linked with. But yeah, it's really interesting. Tottenham, Newcastle, Juventus, Galatasaray. I don't know where somebody's buying that amount of money to. I actually think Amrabat was a better player. Do we agree?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But Noradin, when it comes to Galatasaray, people got to remember they have a 15% income tax, so they don't have to pay the same amount for the players to earn the same amount of money. Yeah, I think it's 45 in the Premier League, so that's why you see Galatasaray now. They have a lot of star players in the squad and people with well-known names. So again, they have Osimhen and all of these guys. So it could be a possibility for him going to Galatasaray if he wants to go to Turkey. But for me, I feel like a team like Juventus is probably on the go this year. They want to go big. I heard they are re-signing. They are signing David De Gea, for example, and they're trying to get back into the top of the Serie A. So I think they will try to go. And also we got to remember a lot of these ex-Premier League players are big successes in Serie A. It's a much slower league. Look at McTominay and all of them, So again, for me, I feel maybe Juventus is coming in, but we also know that Juventus is also a hard bargain. They don't have that same amount of cash as when you talk about the Spurs and other teams in the Premier League. So again, 40 million, you can just kiss that goodbye. It will never happen. It's most likely somewhere in between 15 and a loan with a obligation to buy and pay half of his wages if you're lucky.
I mean, it's really fascinating. For me, it's fascinating. I'll check the poll again to see. But you're saying, Eski, that only signed 2. What about if you get 2 injuries in midfield next season? Who's going to play there? Bruno going to drop back as a number 10 and Mason Mount's going to play in midfield.
No, I said 2 or 3. All I said was 4 is unrealistic, innit? I'm just trying to say, like, you couldn't name me a team that's just signed 4. What happens if everyone gets injured tomorrow? Yeah, but you can look at it that way, and I agree with you.
Season, you know what it's going to be after the World Cup.
I agree with you.
There's going to be fatigue. You're going to have to play. Manchester United are going to be asked to play in 7 days. 7 days. We're going to be asked to play 3 games in
3 games. Yeah, I know.
Right? And how are you going to manage that? How are you going to manage that with that workload? When the same players keep playing the game, Jarvis, what happens? They get fatigued, and with fatigue, what happens? You're more prone to get injuries. And we've got a great medical. How's our medical department? Dr. Death's still here from Arsenal. He's still at the football club. So what are we doing here? Like, why? How come people cannot see this? I just honestly.
Look, you can look at it that way and be correct. You can look at that way and be correct. But you've created a paradigm for yourself to be correcting because you started the premise with what if. Absolutely. What if our whole backline gets injured tomorrow? We'd be fucked and top 5 is in jeopardy. Absolutely true. But that's just the paradigm you've made.
No, the point what I'm trying to express to you is that you're going to get injuries. You're going to get injuries in the season. Look at the lit's been out. Martinez's been out how many times this season? Right? So we're going to get injuries. It's inevitable. So why don't you get ahead of it and have a squad that can compete and can cope with with injuries. Why can't you do that?
Okay. With that same breath, you should be saying we should be signing 2 or 3 strikers because after Benjamin Sesko, if he gets injured tomorrow, we're fucked. Because Zirkzee doesn't play in the strike. He doesn't play in that position.
You know what? No.
Is that not a good point?
It's not that. Because Cunha can play up front. Mbeumo can play up front.
Can they?
Like them to play up front. Yes.
Right.
Both of them play. Mbeumo, literally, we play with Mbeumo up front majority of the
time. And how good did it? Mbeumo's been shit for about 3 months, though. Let's be real. Yeah, Mbeumo's not been good for 3 months.
I agree with you. I'm the one that pointed it out, right? What I'm saying to you, he still plays up front, though. That's what I'm saying to you.
Because we've got no one else. I know.
No, we've got Zirkzee off the bench, but Carrick doesn't want to use it. He doesn't want to use it.
I think rightly so. Rightly so. I don't think Zirkzee. I don't think he is a striker. I don't think he plays in that position. Not really. Not for me.
Better than Mbeumo up front. He can. He can hold up the ball better than Mbeumo, my friend. He can. He can bring people into play, but we don't want that play. We want a counter-attacking. What's it called? Counter-attacking. Magic moments player. That's what we want. We don't want to play football. We don't want to construct football.
It's been successful so far, though. Under Michael Carrick, we've had 1 loss, and we've been one of the better sides since we took over.
It's not sustainable. I'm telling you, Eski, it's not sustainable. It's not.
What is sustainable? You can't prove any. You can't prove to me anything that's sustainable. What is sustainable, though?
It's not this football.
Okay, I agree.
It's not sustainable.
Okay, you point to me. All right. I agree. Let's say for argument's sake, I agree. Point to me a Premier League team that's playing sustainable football. Arsenal's is not sustainable. Liverpool's is not sustainable. Chelsea's isn't sustainable. Manchester City's not sustainable.
I don't mean that. Listen, I watch Manchester United more than any other team. I know the Premier League standards are crap, but I know for 100% fact that most likely. What's the name will get sacked? Slot will get sacked. Liverpool will sign more players. Chelsea will get a new manager, and they'll be back before Manchester United. Because in the last 13 years, the record stands. Chelsea and Liverpool have been like that, but always competing for the bigger trophies than before Manchester United. Facts or not fact?
True. No, it is true. But in terms of trophies won, I understand.
City will have a dip. Chelsea will have a dip. But they will be consistently more finished in the Champions League more than Manchester United. They have been doing that. Even though they're owned by absolute donkeys who have no clear strategy at this moment in time.
Okay, answer me honestly then. Out of Chelsea and Man United, who would you back to win a Premier League more? And I know it's unlikely, but for both sides. But would you say, looking at the state of Chelsea now, after they've spent £1 billion, and the state of Man United after Ineos have come in, I know it's slightly less time, I would back Man United to go further in the Premier League and in the competitions in the next couple of years than Chelsea, based on what I've seen in terms of the football played, what's going on with the managers. They've spent £1 billion and Garnacho was the starting left winger. If that doesn't scream crisis to you, I don't know what does. Do you know what I mean? And I know, we've pissed up a lot of money, but under Ineos, we've got to cap it off between Woodward and say now under Ineos. I agree. That's a fact. That's a fact. But what I'm saying is, under Ineos, like I'm saying, like last time, the signings that they've done has technically got us into this position, because regardless if we had Amorim or Carrick, attacking-wise this season, they've put 4 attacking players and they've all hit the ground. But they've all come good this season. Dogu, Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo. No one could really say that anyone's had a bad season. At the worst, someone's probably had maybe 6.5, but it's like 7s across the board minimum, right? We could all agree with that. So what I'm saying is, because of that recruitment, you absolutely, your opinion is fine in it. Maybe someone's a bit more than others, right? But the point is, across the whole, we're kind of happy with our attack. Is that not safe to say? No one's miserable with our attack. If you're miserable with the style of play, it is unsustainable. I hear what you're saying with that.
SK.
Yes, please.
Can I just add something when it comes to this thing? Because
please.
Yeah. I follow the tactics of football, and I see things are changing around. And from, let's say, the last 3 to 4 years, we have seen, for example, the high press. People press really high with a high line, with a high back line and everything, try to stay compact and all of this. And we see in football change a little bit more direct, and we see the false 9 or the 2 9s dropping down into the midfield, and the wingers come in the pockets all the time. And now we see what's actually going on now in football is teams are stretching out. So you have a defense of 6 and an attack of 4, and there's actually no midfield. And the restraints on the midfielders are so strong at the moment because of this. So when teams try to press high, you usually go with 7 defenders if you include the goalkeeper against 4 or maybe 5. So, I think the time of the high press will fizzle out. I think most teams will start playing with mid blocks, and the midfield battles will be the next thing. And we will actually revert back to 2 strikers when the time is right, because football is evolving backwards and forwards right now, and so much things are happening. And you see us and our team when we play against mid blocks and low blocks, we struggle. We thrive when we play against high pressing teams, because then we can drop down, we can stick with the back 6, and we have 4 players, Bruno, Cunha, and Mbeumo, and Ahmad up high. So every time we win the ball deep, one of them or 2 of them drop into the midfield, and we start with the passing angles and go forward. This is how we play. When we play against West Hams, when we play against Everton, when we play against these teams who sit with the mid-block or low block, we struggle. Newcastle, because we don't have the quality in midfield to dictate games, to dictate tempo, to try to win the game, the midfield battle. And Northern always say the games are won and lost in the midfield. So for me, if we are going to look a little bit further than our nose, what's coming next season, because we know what came this season: long throw-ins, corner kicks, more direct football. And I think we will just go further and further into this. Mid-blocks, midfield battles, 2 strikers. The only place where there will be a little bit of space is on sides, and we will see a lot of more crosses coming in, and we need big strikers. And, and we need to have players who can dictate the tempo, take down the ball, carry it, play it out to the wings, like old days, So I think this is what's coming. But I don't know. This is just my prediction. I don't know. What's your take, on my thesis on the
I think
the
100%.
next stage?
I think you're right. I think 100%. And not even that, there's more physicality now in midfield. It's more blatant than any time it's been since the 90s. It's almost like we're recycling back to the 90s, Jarvis. The ball out wide, getting the balls crossed in, and the physicality, that is what football is going. That's the trend at this moment in time. That is the trend that is going this time. So for me, you have to be strong in midfield. And
combative midfielders.
I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for a football club not to sign 4 midfielders and not to sign 6 players or 8, 7 players, because Manchester United do not. Manchester United have to sign a lot more players in the summer because they never sign players in January. They hardly ever sign players in January. And at the end of the day, don't give me this, they have to sign for the player, because they're giving Harry Maguire and Kobe Mainoo new contract without even owning any new first-team coaches. So the club is making the signings. So it's got nothing to do with the coach. So when they go, we can't sign we've got to wait first of all, and then it's a World Cup year, Jarvis. It's a World Cup year. If we're not going to get Elliot Anderson, stop messing around then. Spend the money you would have spent on Elliot Anderson on 2 or 3. Get numbers in. For me, I'm not going to lie to you. To me, if you said to me, Sanderberg, Wharton, Belabor, or Gomez, I'll take those 4. Yep. Because 2 at least are physical. And 2
diversification, at least you have numbers, and some of them will succeed. Exactly. I agree. And also, I will also mention a couple of players, we haven't been linked to. Stu and I talked about Anton Stach, the Leeds midfielder. Yeah. Brilliant guy. I think he's very good.
The American kid.
No, he's German. He's German.
Okay, let me have a look at him, because I'm mixing him up with the American.
He's the set piece specialist on Leeds, where we come on the ball, a little bit Sander Berge-esque when it comes to setting the tempo and dictating.
Stach.
STACH.
So STACH, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. Anton Stach.
Yeah.
I've got him. Big up. I'll show him on here. Go ahead, Eski.
I think Jarvis's thesis is quite possible. It's quite plausible. With the 2 strikers, I'm a big fan of Mateta. I'd like him and Sesko playing. I just think sometimes with the Newcastle game, I do hear what you're saying with midfield, and we absolutely lost it there. I just think for me that was at a time where people were calling for Sesko to start. Obviously now we do know that he's been carrying a knock since his first injury, so we know why he's not been starting games. But for me, I just I think for him, just certain games he didn't need to start, and I think that's what's hampered us. Primarily, predominantly, it was the midfield. I would argue, I think the set pieces and stuff, more teams will be more prolific at set pieces next season. I think they look at the success rate that Arsenal have done. And Man United, I know we've scored less set pieces than Arsenal this season, but our set piece to goals ratio has been a lot higher than Arsenal's. So we're not just spamming crosses and playing WrestleMania, and the box is actually quite well thought out, whether it was under Amarim's coaches or whether it's under Johnny Evans. Now, I'm not sure how much Johnny Evans as a set piece coach is actually doing anything, but I mean, under Amarim, we could see a good improvement with our set pieces. With Casemiro going next year, we're likely to see a drop off because that's a big presence there. He's got how many goals for us this season? Like 6 or 7, something like that, maybe even more. One of his highest scoring seasons, and that's because he's always been getting his head on it. But I do hear you with the no midfield thing, and we're trying to play like that. But it's just funny how a couple of seasons ago we criticised Ten Hag for having the donut and the no midfield, and we're going to go back here now. I know what you hear with the football cycling around, but it's now like, maybe was he too ahead of his time? I'm taking the piss, but it's just one of the things. Yeah, I do hear, but it will be interesting to see where football goes next season. Like I say, what all teams are trying to do. I think in England it will primarily go like that. I think in other countries they don't, they still play how they do. Like Barcelona today, they had 10 men. They're still playing tiki-taka and control the fucking game until it was like 2-0 down. Same for other teams. So I just think, yeah, like PSG again, they've just got amazing players though, innit? The stuff they were doing today was unreal stuff today.
Yeah, but you saw the Champions League yesterday, and everybody is head over heels when it comes to, for example, Bayern Munich. Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich, fantastic game yesterday, and I love the way they play football. But they have lost this season to one team, and that's Arsenal playing the English style, and I think that's the problem. This type of football is too expensive. It's how open the Bundesliga is, and they have the quality. But again, I don't know, because I think we might see a surprise in Champions League this season, and our favorites like Bayern Munich will face the wall when they meet Arsenal, for example. I'm not sure if Bayern will win, and I think that will be a paradigm change in how we see football now from now on and forward. That's just, as I said, that's my theory, but we will see. But I loved how they played yesterday. It was fantastic. Yeah.
To be fair, I thought Real Madrid give it a go as well. On another day, they would have scored goals. Mbappe should have scored at least 2.
Vinicius as well. Yeah, should have scored one now.
I thought it was a brilliant game. It was like they both had 20 goals, 20 shots on goal. 8 for Bayern Munich, 9 for Real Madrid. Unbelievable. I thought that's the type of football. That's one of the best football games I've seen. Football has been really dull lately, but that's one of the best football games I've seen. To be fair, Barca played well tonight, I thought, Jarvis. And they were unlucky. The kid got sent off, and Portugal picked them up at the end, to get the second goal. But I thought in the first half, even with 10 men, I thought they were brilliant the way they kept the ball. But this is the player that you're talking about, Jarvis. This is the player that you're talking about. So he's a very interesting, actually. Very, very interesting. No, it's not Harry. Sorry. That's the guy that you're talking about. Very interesting stats. He's actually quite attacking minded.
Yeah, but it's mostly set pieces. Mostly set pieces. He's a set piece expert, specialist. He's always scoring. He's almost David Beckham-esque when it comes to free kick around 20 yards.
But his passing's quite good as well, Jarvis.
Yes.
Chances created, successful dribbles. He's good on the ball. To me, when successful dribbles it means that you can carry the ball. Aerial duels, he's quite decent in the Prem. Look, aerial duels 1, touches in a position box. But defensive contributions here is quite decent. He's an all-round midfield player, isn't he?
Yes. And I think this is where we have to go. We have to get to those all-rounds, not a defensive specialist or an attacking. We need... Yeah. Because I think it's a midfield battle now, as I said. It's more mid-block. It's more about not high press. It's about sitting, being able to read the game, what to do when you receive the ball under pressure. Will be tight of space, but you have to be able to distribute the ball, to get out of tight spaces, to dribble with the ball, as you say, and also be the calmness, be composed in tight situations. So my type of player. Sander Berge also, by the way, if you didn't know.
Yeah, he's quite tall, isn't he, this guy, 194. Yeah, he's
that's
quite
6 foot 1 or something.
Me, No, I think that might be a bit taller. I think that's like 6'3".
Yeah, you might. I'm not quite sure. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
6'4".
6'4". Yeah, he's quite tall. Yeah. He is. He's quite tall. He's similar height to me. He's a big lad. Big up, Ben. How you doing, Ben?
Yes, big up, everyone. Big up Jarvis.
Hey, man.
Big up Esky, man. Big up
Yo,
Jordan.
Sif.
Big up the chat, man. Apologies, I'm on a wee bit late. I was
It's all
enjoying
good,
the
bro.
I was enjoying the warm weather today. I was out playing a round of golf today, and it was it's good to be back, man. You know, I'm just glad that hopefully the weather can continue on like this, man, because I love the heat, man. Love the heat. But yeah, big up.
Apparently, in Manchester, it's back to the court tomorrow.
Oh, that's not what I want to hear, nerding. But look,
Oh.
we got the driving range, I guess, so that's not too bad. Like, but happy to be here. Big up to everyone. Make sure you smash the likes, people, and subscribe. Free Palestine and solidarity and love to the people of Iran and to Lebanon as well.
Yeah.
Yep,
They
Lebanon
tried to do a
especially.
genocide in
It's
Lebanon.
unbelievable, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. It's just wild what's happening right now. But yeah, what's the topics tonight, Nerd? And what's
Well, we're talking about, in terms of the football, we're talking about Ugarte leaving. We're saying that we need to sign at least 3-4 midfielders next season. Because if Ugarte goes, then we've only got Kobe, who's a recognised midfielder. And Collier, the club have not backed him. They've sent him on loan again. And I think he wants to go and play football. So yeah, I just believe it's going to be difficult. What do you think, Ben?
Well, I've went over like some of our like recent players in the past like few years. We've lost Pogba, we've lost Nemanja Matic, we've lost Ander Herrera, we've lost we're about to lose Casemiro, we lost McTominay, we lost Fred, we lost Pereira, he went to Fulham. We are about to lose
Fellaini.
Fellaini, yes. We lost Ugarte. We're actually about to lose Ugarte because apparently the rumors out there are saying he's wanting to leave, which fair play. He's not really playing much, and he's not good enough. So I've just named there about 10 midfielders there we've let go, and if you look through Manchester United's incomings for midfield over these last few years, we haven't even hit five players. So realistically, the question we gotta be asking is, who is Nemanja Matic's replacement? Who is Casemiro's replacement? Who is Ugarte's replacement? Who is down the line if Bruno leaves, who is Bruno's replacement? You know, all these need to be answered. And like, you know, Nerd, I stress it so many times. We need 3 midfielders at minimum, bare minimum. The fact that people are allowing I watched a lot of the shows earlier on, like, you know, different YouTube channels, and they were all happy and glad that Man United are in for 2 midfielders. They actually said that Man United, this would be a good summer window if Man United can get 2 midfielders. Like, we're literally going to be down so bad, and like the depth is just going to be ridiculously worse if Ugarte leaves as well, because all we're going to have is, say, if you get in Anderson, you get in the Tonali, you get in obviously Kobe Mainoo's there. Who else is there? You got Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, that's 4. We've only got 4 midfielders. It's just not good enough. And look, Nerd, I seen the poll tonight. I actually think if Ugarte leaves, we need 4 midfielders. We need 4. We need 4. There's no excuse that we should be getting 2 midfielders. Yes, I hear it. I can't lie. Everyone's saying, you know, a lot of people are saying it on Twitter and on social media that Man United should go and get 2 midfielders at the very start of the window. Then leave the other 2 way down, like the middle part of the window. Don't leave everything till last minute. Do them a 2 midfield, the 2 midfielders, then go straight to the left back, go straight to the right back, then go back and finish off the 2 midfielders. But by doing that, you have to have a plan. Do I think anyone else have a plan? Absolutely not. I don't trust these vultures, man. But you know, it doesn't surprise me the Ugarte's leaving. He's just not good enough. Like, I don't have anything on the guy. I'm sure he's a nice lad, but I just think, you know, fans just seriously need to wake the fuck up, man. And like I said, man, it's just, you know, the fact that people are hanging on to like for hopefully Will Cox to make something happen, or Barada. It's just embarrassing, man. Like, you know, we need to be having. If I was the owner of Man United right now, I'd be getting 4 midfielders. If Ugarte leaves and Casemiro, obviously he's gone, I'd get in a left back, a right back, a centre back, but sadly that won't happen because Harry Maguire's staying. I'd also bring in another striker. Now, an experienced striker, 100% experienced striker, not a young striker. and also a left wing. So that's about probably 9 players I've just named there, or 8 positions I've just named. And if we do that, then fair play. But do I think we're gonna make those amount of signings? No, I think we're only gonna make 4 signings at best, and that's me trying my absolute hardest to be somewhat give credit to Ineos, like, you know, like, to be absolutely honest. Like, it's crazy, like, you know, the fact that, you know, I'm saying Man United are only going to sign 4 players, it's fucking embarrassing, man. You know, people said about standards, like, people had shades on, you know, when Amram got sacked and Michael Carrick came in, and, you know, all of a sudden we're about to hit top 4. We're not you don't see the fans react right now because, you know, we're about to get Champions League football. That's the only reason why. You know, we've just had a protest there 2 months ago, and you don't ever hear another word about a protest anymore. It's just on us anymore. I can't really blame, like, or put too much energy into these vultures anymore. It's more on us, man. Like, you know, as I said to Nerdin last night, we're keeping a racist man at this football club. Yes, racism is everywhere, but it's just not good enough, man. We need to do more. Demand justice, take some action, and yeah, that's my 2 pence. 8 or 9 players this summer, and that's it, man. We need to be banned.
But Ben, do you agree that we can do smart business? You know, there are like
100%.
versatile players who can play. Like, for example, I mentioned on my show the other day. I know is out of the options, but Kamavinga, for example, player who can play as a midfielder and a left back. You know, if we can bring in those type of players who have a little bit of versatility, maybe we can. It will be enough with the, like, let's say 18-man squad to be competitive for the season. But we can't sell ourselves short. I agree. We need a lot of players, like at least 3. You know, that's out of the question. We need 3, but best will be 4. But, you know, also, are we opening up a pathway for one of the youngsters? We know we have a couple of midfielders coming through the ranks. Is this the thought process of the club? Could it be that we are opening up a slot for a player like, you know, we have what's the name? The guy who's Saka Kone and the other guy, you know,
Fletcher.
Yeah. No, the best one, you know, the guy who reminds you of Scholes.
Thwaites.
Yeah, Jim Thwaites. So Saka Kone or Thwaites, maybe we should just open a pathway for them. It will be impossible to get into Man United's first team if you buy 4 midfielders. So again, you know, where
because Jarvis, I'm talking about like the injuries that we could have, and we're competing in lots of different fronts, and I think that I think if we are going to struggle, it's not good to rely on children. It's not good for their development, Jarvis. I would send them on loan. I would send Jimmy Thwaites on the loan in the championships.
Yeah,
honestly, I would to get him to physically strengthen up. Do you understand what I'm saying? To get him tested,
totally.
Just 6 months, just to see, and then bring him back, just if you see how he adapts to it. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Yeah. Morehouse, but he's not even had a chance. Morehouse, I think, is physically there. He's 20 years old. He can play. He's a very good ball carrier. He's quite strong. He can play. He's 2-footed. But we've not seen anything about him. And then Collier, they sent him on loan. So to me, that means that there's no future for Collier, because I think they would have kept him.
Yeah, the only position I can really see that Ineos are def, like, I'd probably bet 90% that they're not going to buy this signing is a left wing, because they would look at Shea Lacey and think, right, Shea can play if Ahmad's playing bad, or Mbeumo's playing bad, or Cunha's playing bad. But I don't actually think that Shea Lacey can work well as a left winger. I've watched Shea Lacey so many times.
No, he's a right winger.
Academy. He's a right winger. He loves to cut inside. He loves to take players on. I completely agree with you, Jarvis, in terms of we need versatile players. And like I said, the actual players we've been linked to, like Elliot Anderson, like a Tonali, them two there can play any midfield role, whether it's a box to box, whether it's a holding, whether it's anything. Like, you know, this is why I've always stressed the nerd and stressed to the whole to the therapy army that we need to be playing. We need to ditch this 2-man midfield and play like a solid 3-man midfield, like play with a flat 3 I think that's the way forward, man. But even like, as well, what you just said there, Jarvis, like if Ineos don't want to sign Elliot Anderson, say they're asking for 130 million, this is why you have to have a plan in place. Like, say for example, you want to go for your primary target. If the primary target is just too much money and they're wasting your time, just like Mbeumo did just like Brentford did for Mbeumo, you just say, look, guys, thank you very much. We're moving on to our next target, and that's Camavinga. You have to be very, like you said, you have to be very smart, and you have to be very quick. You're making these decisions because we got a World Cup coming up, and the World Cup it's going to be huge. Like, because obviously most of our players are going to be gone. If Carrick's going to be the guy, or whoever it is going to be the guy, he needs time on the training ground to introduce his process and his system into these players, even all the newcomers as well. I just generally think this is probably the biggest summer that Ineos will ever have at this club. Yes, I do think that their true colours have already shown, but if you want to set a statement out, especially for this club, especially that we're going to be qualifying for Champions League, now is the right time to do it. Do they have a plan? Let's see, but I don't think they do. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, but you mentioned it. Yeah.
Go ahead,
okay, yeah, I was just saying, you mentioned a guy like Shea Lacey. For me, I think he's the only one of the under 21s who's actually ready to take the next step at the moment, as I see it. I love a player like Jim Thwaites and all of the Sekou Kone, all of them, but I don't think they're ready. So maybe we should just send them on loan, let them develop, and hopefully they will come back stronger, better, quicker, ready to do a job for Man United. But us signing 4 midfielders for real, how many of you guys, Eski and Ben and Noradin, actually believe that we will do that this summer? Honestly.
Well, how many midfielders would sign?
Yeah, but what do you reckon? What's the biggest percentages? Is it signing 2 or is it signing 4?
Do you know what? It might be a cop-out saying 4 because it might be another 2 youngsters that aren't ready. So technically we've signed 4. So if you're talking about strict first teamers or like first teamer / bench, I'd say it is most likely 2, in my opinion.
Yeah. Ben?
Yeah, I mean, what my opinions are on these vultures and these people running the recruitment. Do you know what? I'll even say this right now, and I hope I'm wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if it's only 1 midfielder we get. I would not be surprised whatsoever, and Ugarte stays.
Who's going to play? So who are we counting in when Ugarte leaves and Casemiro's leaving, and we got Mason Mount and Bruno? So we're going to play the 3, and then what happens when they get injured? We're going to throw in. I mean, send the Kone for me. Kone's not going to be ready. Kone's playing in the Swiss league. I don't even know what the standard of Swiss league is.
It's like the Norwegian Premier League. It's no.
What about you, Jarvis? What do you think?
Well, as I said in the beginning, before you came on, Ben, I'm almost right now. I feel like 90% certain we will sign two midfielders, and that's it. I think it ends with 2. I think it's about money. I don't think we have the budget, even though we qualify for the Champions League, because most of the people got to remember most of the Champions League money goes back to the players because they have a 25% wage increase because of the Adidas deal,
and also bonuses as well, Jarvis.
Yeah, bonuses coming into effect. So again, I think we are relying on player sales, and we know that even the Rashford sale, they had an obligation to buy, but there was some date and something, and Barcelona trying to haggle on anything. So again, maybe we will struggle to sell Rashford. That will be the never-ending story. We know Onana will be a hard sale. He's on 120 plus 25%, so maybe 150 next season. Who is going to pay Onana 150k a week? And then we have we have the Højlund money coming in because Napoli has confirmed they are paying. That's it. So at least we have some money coming in. But
Rashford,
besides
20-something million for Rashford as well. Or do you think Barcelona is still playing hard to get?
I don't think Barcelona have the money. I think they are struggling. they will have to offload someone. It will take time. They will try to stall it. So, if we are on a sell to buy basis, are we going to buy 8 players in the last week of the transfer window? Again, we know we will run out of time, and they will make it as an excuse. And there's no value in the market. That's why I believe we will end up with 2 players. We know how this game. We've been here before. Every summer transfer window starts, we go in optimistic, and at the end of the day, we sit there and sulk. Big up, by the way, Stu Wally. I see you in the chat. Big up. Hope you're well.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up, Stu.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy. Did any of you actually, I kind of actually laughed at it today. They posted like 8 or 9 hours ago. Man United have just posted on Twitter that it says, introducing a series of stadium enhancements ahead of the 2026 and 2027 season, designed to deliver a faster food and beverage service. And apparently the improvements are a new drought beer taps everywhere, more self-service bars to cut queues, frictionless tap-and-go kiosks, digital signage for flexible menus and offers. Bro, why have Man United posted this? Why have what am I hearing? After, by the way, people, after hearing, because obviously it was posted on Twitter that Man United have a 1-star food hygiene in the stadium, man. And they're talking about delivering a better fun experience for fans. Get out of here, man. After increasing the fucking season ticket holders, after increasing the disabled, ticket holders, it's what, and you're saying to deliver a better experience at these home games. Who do they think they are, man? Like, honestly, I actually laughed so hard. I was actually about to quote tweet it and just make a funny gif meme. Like, honestly, I was like, what's our football club become? We're all talking about fucking food and all this shit, man. Like, fucking stop talking and do get to work, man. Honestly, just embarrassing what our football club's becoming, man. With these fucking vultures, embarrassing.
Well,
yeah. Listen, somebody just asked me that. Big up, let me just get the super chat. Big up, watch your mouth, Ben. I am xenophobic, Islamophobic, but never racist.
Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy.
Up, Jimmy. Jim the Rat. Jarvis question, have you seen the series Lemma?
Lilyhammer. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a brilliant series. It's very funny. It's like a dark comedian mafioso thing, filmed in Norway in the old Olympic village Lilyhammer. Also, we have Steve Van Sant, the guy who played guitar in Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band, and also he played in The Sopranos. He was the second in command for the guy, and brilliant series. I love it.
Yeah, big up. Ramo asks, is there any good free agent midfielders this summer? I like Bentancur. Even though he's quite injury prone, he's free. Frank Kessie's also free.
Angel Gomez.
Bazuma, but I don't want to go anywhere near him. He's on a free. Fabinho used to play from Liverpool. He's on a free from Saudi club. Obviously, Bernardo Silva is free. But yeah, those are the midfielders that I've been reading about. They're the free agents. Oh yeah, and Goretzka at Bayern Munich. But Ineos won't take him, would they?
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't take him really. He's just for the player that he was. Remember, Chavez, when 10 years, about 7-8 years ago.
Frank Kessie is only 29.
Yeah, maybe Frank Kessie. Yeah, I might take Frank Kessie. But you remember, Goretzka was tipped to be a really top midfielder. Then he got a lot of injuries, and his career was never the same. Yeah. He said his favorite character is Frank. Is that on Netflix? Is that where you're watching it, Sheikh Arian? Big up Sheikh Arian, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. Or is it HBO? One of them.
Yeah.
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 Can I just ask?
By the way, Noradin, I just want to mention one more midfielder. So you have the Brentford Danish guy, Mathias Jensen. I like him. I think he's decent. and he's a free agent this summer. You know, just for filling in the numbers. I think he could come in and do a job. He's actually quite good.
Good player.
Matthias Jensen.
Yeah, big up. I mean, listen. Go ahead, Ben. You were gonna say something.
Yeah, I just one answer. That's all I need from each of the panelists. How many signings do you think that Man United will make? Not what you think, that what Man United will bring in. For me, I'll go first. I think four signings. I think we'll buy four players.
I think I agree with you. Around four.
I'll
be shocked if it's more than five.
I think five.
Jarvis?
Five.
Oh, so in total this summer, how many?
Yes. What do you think? Not what
is it, okay. So strengthening the starting 11, not counting youngsters.
Just counting like incumbents, not counting the youth academy or starting.
Nah, but we need a reserve goalkeeper for once, and we always good signing goalkeepers. Reserve goalkeepers. That's where Man United thrive when it comes to signings. We're always good at that one. I don't know why, but this is us. Finding the best reserve goalkeepers, and not only one but two of them, and three. This is how we do our business. But okay, I will go on a limb, and I think we will sign 6 players. I think we will sign 6, but that's counting the reserve goalkeeper.
No, don't count the reserve goalkeeper. I'm talking about with outfield players challenging for first team places this season, Jarvis.
It will be 4 or 5, but most likely 4 because of the World Cup. I think we will be short on time.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't think we will go, knowing Ineos now, and I think I understand their strategy, and it's to sign, strong first team players. We saw it with Cunha and Mbeumo and Sesko and all of that. So again, I think we will dig deep and pay money for the players we want. Maybe we won't get them, but if we don't get Anderson, okay, we will try for Tonali. If we don't get Tonali, okay, we will try for Wharton. We don't get Wharton, okay, then we go for big on Baleba, for example, and pay 85 million for Baleba, and boom, we have a midfield signing. And a shirt seller, that's the most important thing, getting in a big shirt seller early. You can come in because it's all about revenue. Yes. Because we know the guys in charge with the money, the Glazers, will sign off on the first signing right away. That's almost a blank check. That's the most important.
Facts.
And then we will struggle. And we will struggle with time, and it will be difficult to see. But yeah.
Yep. And we'll be back to square one. People are start blaming Carrick, even though I don't think he's the right man. Michael Carrick out, and then you see me and Jarvis, Nerd and Esky just say to every single one of you, say, look, we did this with Amram, we did this with Ten Hag, we did this with Ole, it's just gonna go in a circle again. It's just gonna happen, man. And obviously if we're only gonna get 4 signings this summer, I'll be honest with you, I can't even see Man United get top 6 even next summer. I'll be honest with you, because I think this next season it's going to be ridiculous. We're going to be really, really bad for injuries, because yes, we've got Dr. Death in the medical department, Dr. O'Driscoll, who's still this club man. I think that the fact we're playing Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao, and also every player from the squad is also coming back from the World Cup, so they're all going to be very obviously tired and obviously they're going to be literally exhausted. So don't be surprised if we're going to be going into next season with a few injuries off the rip, because it's going to happen. And this is why I demanded 8 or 9 signings this summer. And if I don't see it, then expected
because we
top
don't
10
use the
finish.
January, Ben. We don't use the
No,
January.
yeah, this is nerding. This is it, and people want to wear shades and say that when any of us make a good signing, they wear sunglasses and that to prove people wrong. Like I don't know what else to say, man. But like I can't really put any more energy. I can't really use any more energy on these vultures, man, because I've already said enough, man. It's down to us, really. It's more the energy should be on to us because like I said, we're keeping a racist man at this club because it's just mind blowing, bro. Mind blowing how he's still here, bro. Honestly.
Nori, I don't know if you plan talking about this, but I don't know if any of you caught the comments from Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt on their podcast.
I spoke about it yesterday.
Oh, you did.
I spoke about it yesterday.
They were quite harsh.
Go ahead, Job.
Yeah, okay, if you planned anything, we can wait. No,
Go ahead.
No, carry on, bro.
Yeah, because they were quite harsh on Dorgu and Lenny Yoro, and actually saying they are not good enough to be in a title challenging Man United team, and we should actually just sell them, loan them out.
But who is though? Let's look at our current squad. Who is good enough to be in a title challenging other than Lemons? Who is?
Cunha and Mbeumo, maybe?
No, there's a few players. Hold on. No, I'm not having this. This is for the people at the back. You guys know. Hold on. I'm gonna read it off right now. Ben, hold on to your horses. Bruno Fernandes, okay, good enough to be in a title. I know. Hold on to your horses. Bruno Fernandes, okay. Sandro Martinez, Delict, Lamens. Amad Diallo's got to say. I think Cunha, but a little bit part, yeah. It's not fucking the majority of the team, but I think there's a semblance. That's what I'm saying. There's a decent enough foundation where, like I said, like my whole thing is, if you get Enrique, you get him into a team that's almost like ready to go. Like he had Emerson at Barcelona, at PSG, he had a very good team, and then he got additions and stuff, and he made that team what it was. Won 2 troubles back to back. I think if we improve this team, and like we're saying, we've all basically agreed we're going to get 4 players this season, thereabouts. Get 4 players. The next season after that, get 4 more, and hopefully everything just gels together next season. Then you can have an Enrique come into a much better squad than it is now. So for me, like I said, some of them players, if they stayed around, I think, they could, if they stay for another 2 years. Bruno, maybe not so. Like Kobe Manu as well, I don't know if I mentioned him, but I think those players aren't good enough to be in a title challenging team. I think, Scholes and Nicky Butt, they're just like us, just like anyone with an opinion, whether theirs matters more or not, because they played at the top level. I'm not sure. Gary Neville played at the top level, was never called to be a manager. So, yeah, this is what I'm saying, and they should know. My last point. Well, they do a lot of that anyway. But anything they say is written about. It's one of them things, in it, and they're just controversial. But remember, at the start of the season, he said that Delict wasn't good enough. Paul Scholes recently said that. Yeah, I don't think Delict's good enough. And all right, he's injury prone. But when he's played, was he not one of our most consistent players this season, even under Amrin? I think that has to be said. So for me, I think look, they got a lot of things wrong. We don't have to hang on every word that our ex-player says. You know what I'm saying? I listen to all you guys. All your opinions are valid to me because again, why not? It's not yours isn't less than Nicky Butt's or Paul Scholes. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter what they're saying there. So I think for me, I'm final point on it. They should know, especially play for Man United. Young players come in, foreign players and whatever else. They must have seen it. Like, it's a bit of rough and tumble, whatever, but like it's different now, innit? He's 2026, and Michael Carrick he's a people's person, like good man management. You can see him; he's all right with the lads. Cesco's a young player as well. He spoke to him. That's why you're not playing and stuff. Obviously, it's a bit of an injury thing as well. But like I'm saying, I think just give it a little bit more leeway, man. Like I can't believe that they're really going to throw youngsters like that under the bus when they've been here not even longer than 2 years, and they've had like 3 managers this season, and I think and some of them maybe even 4, one of them. So I'm not really having that. No. I think I say the one again. It's talked about again. The ex-legends we're here talking about it, so it is what it is. They'll say something else next week that we don't agree with, and we'll be talking about that. Yeah, so clickbait bullshit.
That's fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I think the highlight of that. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I'd like to know. Go ahead, Ben. What do you think? Do you think those?
To
pick on the 2 young players. To pick on 2 young players, I thought was to clickbait. I think it was rage baiting to get more eyes, subscribers on their channel. I really think that. I think that was too easy. They said Luke Shaw is one of the best left backs in Europe. They said when he's fit, he's the best left back in Europe. The guy never gets past the fucking halfway line. He gets a nosebleed. I was getting into fights 3 years ago, Jarvis. 3 years ago in the stadium because I'm screaming at him to get past the halfway line.
Yeah. Well,
What did
for
you think,
me,
Jarvis?
well, I mentioned this on my podcast about Lenny Euro. Maybe it's not good enough. I had my doubts. He didn't play well when it came to November, December, even beginning of January, right before Amorim got the sack. He looked weak. He looks off. He don't look 100% fully concentrated. When he steps on the pitch. I see he's a massive talent. I called him the next Maldini because of his talents, as a player. But you have to show it every freaking week as a player, and you can't hide behind being a young player or whatever. You have to show us glimpses at least at times. And for me, I know it's an unpopular opinion from Button Skulls, but who am I to get butt hurt because they say something I don't like? I'm fully for free speech, and I don't want to live in an echo chamber, and I want to be challenged on my opinions.
Yeah.
If 95% of the fan base say that Lenny Euro and Dorgu is the next Beckham and Gary Pallister or Rio, who knows? Maybe they are right, but there is a chance they're not right. And I think Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt sees it from ex-players' perspective. I think they know what it takes to reach the highest level because they've been there. I also believe that young players can get criticism without being torn down. I believe that Ferguson used to do this all the time. He used to give a lot of these young players the what we call it, the hairdryer treatment. Every time Giggs had a good game, people remember. I remember the early 90s when Giggs had a good game. He sat on the bench the next 4 games. Ferguson didn't go out praising him and saying he's the next Lamine Yamal or whatever. It's about holding them down, wanting them to be, to go for it, to give everything for every minute. When they play, they have to be ready. It's not like every day if you're 19 that you should go out on the pitch and play just because someone said that you're a massive talent and Real Madrid wanted you. It doesn't matter. You have to perform every freaking week. And I think this is what Paul Scholes is actually addressing, that he's not performing at the consistent level that's needed. He needs to take the next step to be good enough. And I hope that they are doing it just to piss them off and just to challenge them and make them think that, okay, maybe I'm not good enough. Okay, what do I have to do when I'm not good enough? I need to fucking step it up. I need to go on that pitch, show it every time I got the chance, every time I go on training. I need to come 2 hours before kickoff, be ready and be sharp. And I want our players to have that mindset. And I think this is the mindset Paul Scholes have, Nicky Butt have, and I think a lot of people are misunderstanding the old legends to being too critical. But, for me, I think this is a lot of, being an athlete myself. Sometimes, you have to have some criticism. Some people thrive by the carrot and some people thrive by the whip. Sometimes you need to push and sometimes you need to get them to move forward. And I don't know. For me, I expect, I respect their opinion, and I'm not going to get carried away and say the ex-legends should stop talking because I think they are actually doing something. I hope the players listen. I hope they listen because I don't think Lenny Euro is good enough. He's not good enough yet, and who knows if he's ever going to be good enough.
Yeah, that could be a mistake, 100%, that he might not be good enough.
Yeah,
I think he would get more development at Real Madrid than he would get at Manchester United. For me, I've always talked about a development here, and I think what you're saying, Jarvis, is that he has to take a lot of personal responsibility and develop his own game in his own way. Yeah, I think young people in the modern world are different, but I also think they hold standards to the way Manchester United Football Club that they were at is totally different, and both of them have expressed that. So expecting those type of results when those people are not there to encourage, like you said, to be hard on them. Nobby Styles, Gary never talks about Nobby Styles. This is one of the best players for England and Manchester United. Nobby Stiles was the coach. If they did any little thing wrong in the game, you know, United could win 5-0. If they did anything wrong, he will make a note and let them know about it personally. For me personally, I think to play in a centre half, I think it's one of the hardest positions, especially when you're young. I think through experience and making mistakes, you learn. But to me, the biggest thing is not about him making mistakes, Jarvis. I think young players, I've watched enough football to know that young players, they learn from the mistakes. You can't make the mistakes for them. They have to make the mistakes. But the most important thing is how they play after they make the mistakes. Do they learn? Do they switch up their game? And Lenny Yoro, yes, I think on the Amarim, he lost confidence, 100 million%. But I think on the Carrick, in the game, some of the games that I have seen, I think he's put in a lot of blocks. He's done a lot of last-ditch tackles. But yes, do you want to see more? 100%. But I always say young centre-halves are going to make mistakes. And they're not going to be consistent like most young players on the pitch. He's 19. I don't think he was 20 yet. He's 19. Yeah. I think age counts when you play that position, Jarvis. You know football. Age counts when you play that position. You need to judge the distances. You need to get the games, the amount of games. Do I think maybe sending him alone, if United signed 2 centre-backs? Yeah, maybe. Sending him alone to go and make those mistakes somewhere else. You know what I mean? And then for him to come back. Or you develop him, you don't start him every game. So you bring him in, take him out, you bring him in, you take him out, and you develop him properly. That's what Fergie did not just shout at them. Fergie did not just give them a hair try treatment. Fergie also got his arm, you know, showed them love and developed them. And they could actually see that they're doing one-on-one and they're improving. And that Fergie will try to set the culture about coming in early to training, be the last to go home, make sure you're working on every aspect of your game. Yes, 100%. But I do think he also has the responsibility to be a bit more like old school and take grip of like Sancho didn't. I don't think Sancho did. I don't think at times Rashford did. Rashford got disillusioned at his football club. And I also think if I was a player and I played for a club that was owned by the people who owned the football club, who were hiring and firing and doing what they were doing, I think I will get disillusioned. So at the end of the day, I think he's here. He's got the fundamentals. In terms of talent,
you can compare him to a player like Aiden Heaven, for example. Aiden Heaven, okay, he has his ups and downs. He have had his mistakes in games, but I feel that Aiden Heaven always is more comfortable when he's on the pitch. He's ready to show the world who he is as a footballer. He's more comfortable, and he wants to do his things. He's not as prohibited, you know. He's not like uptight as Lenny Yoro is sometimes. And also we got to remember when it comes to Patrick Dorgu, he got injured on a purple patch, and we all loved him for 3 games. But before that, it was very up and down.
No, I said that the other day, Jarvis. I said it the other day. I said it in a straight jacket. I said that Dogu, because he played well in 2 games, right?
Yeah.
That all of a sudden he's become this incredible in absence. You know, certain players, they become world beaters in absence. You know, you're a much better player because you're injured and you're not playing. And I've said that. I've said I try to warn the fan base. They need to calm down. He's got a lot of developing to do. But one thing about Dogu is that he offers the work rate, the fight. He's not somebody that's going to be lazy. He's going to get up and down, whether he's playing on the wing. He's going to come back and hustle and fight for the ball. He's going to do that. Do I think he needs the quality? I think I would go and get Juve from West Ham, whether they go down or not. I think he's the left back to go and get. And he'll put balls in the box for Sesko, whoever else in the box. But I think Lenny Yoro, I think moving country, I think those things come into it. We've seen older players, more experienced players who've played a lot of football have come and have struggled in this league. I think that being 18 years old, moving, coming to a very unstable situation, Jarvis, I think I would make more harsh judgments of him. Manchester United's not a stable football club. Look how many managers he's had now since he's been here. He's gone through. He's on his 3rd manager.
3rd.
Like Kobe.
I mean,
so there are those things. But go ahead, Ben, and then we'll
finish
up and then we'll finish up here.
Big up, man. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the video with Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes, the big highlight they said was, especially from Paul Scholes, when they asked him, would you keep Dallo or would you sell him? And Paul Scholes' words were, just keep that, just keep him. Like, you know,
Uh,
does he Paul Scholes? He said, "Keep Dallo, just keep Dallo. We have to keep Dallo." Like, you know, that just says it all, man. And you know, after I heard that, I just burst out laughing. I couldn't stop. Like, honestly, it was just embarrassing, man. Like, this is one of my favorite players of all time, like one of the best midfielders of all time, and he's saying to keep Dallo. It's a shame, bro. But look, I think when it comes to Lenny Euro, I think Aiden Heaven has had a better start to his Man United career over Lenny Euro. I think obviously Nerdin's view, obviously how the club's run and like developmental plan. I think Man United has failed Lenny Euro 100%. I do think they have. Now, when it comes to Lenny Euro's actually his actual abilities on the ball, like what he can do, I think he's a very, very hesitant footballer. Like he does get very, very nervous on the ball. You can even tell from Dallo's reaction and Martinez when he plays with him, his reaction. Look, he's a youngster. You know, sometimes footballers, it takes time for them to adapt and feel more comfortable on the ball, especially when playing out for the back. If obviously with the Premier League being super, super fast and very, very like intensity and shit. You know, I think what really disappoints me right now, what I've seen with Lenny Euro, is his lack of like awareness like around the pitch. It's not great at the moment. And look, that can come down, like he can make mistakes 100%, but knowing and understanding the basics of football, especially for defending, especially for you being a centre back. If you're, I don't care, yes, age can come at any factor. He's 19, but there's youngsters out there. There's 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds that know the fundamentals, that know the basics of defending. And whenever what I've seen over these last few months of Lenny Euro, yes, his blocks have been really, really good. His tackles have been his recovery tackles phenomenal. But see, with set pieces and aerial threats, he needs to seriously work on that. And look, Patrick Dorgu, Saeed has said it so many times. He's actually he actually knows Patrick Dorgu's Patrick Dorgu has like a separate coach outside of Man United, and apparently Saeed knows him, and obviously Saeed's been keeping contact with him, and he says, look, Patrick's doing really, really well, he's progressing. And like I said, look what's just happened. Patrick's just had a purple patch, and all of a sudden everyone loves Patrick Dorgu, and I think that's what Lenny Euro needs. I think he needs to find a coach outside of Man United to help him, like one-to-one training, work on set pieces. Like, I think there was a set piece there. There was a few set pieces over this season that Lenny Euro has cost us, because when the ball was coming in, Lenny Euro wasn't even looking at the ball. He was just more looking at the player's movement around the box. And if I'm a right back, or obviously I'm a right back, if I see my centre back not look at the ball when the ball's coming in from a corner, I'm telling this guy, I'm gonna roar this guy. I'm gonna tell him, bro, wake the fuck up. Like, understand the basics of football. And yes, he is still a kid and he can learn off it. But it does, it's not that hard to do, man. It's a basic fundamental football. And it's not only the first time it's happened. It's happened so many fucking times. Yes, do I put it all down to him? No, because like you said, Nerdin, as being a centre back in football is one of the hardest things in just in general. Forget about the system, forget about tactics or any of that. It is the hardest thing. And right now, do I put it all down to the actual defense itself? No, I think the midfielders could do a lot better too. And the midfielders have to do way better to protect the defense. And yeah, look, I think Lenny Euro needs to step up. I think sending him out on loan, I wouldn't argue too much about that. I think he could do, with a loan. But if this was Fergie, man, Lenny Euro would have the perfect developmental plan. And Fergie, obviously, back in the day, he would obviously bring in his two starting centre backs in Rio and Vidic, and then maybe bring in, say, like, I can't even remember his name, man. There was a fucking phenomenal youngster we had back in Fergie. Anyways, he brought him in. He played him for 3 games or 2 or 3 games. He took him out of the team again and brought Vidic back in. And like I said, that is the perfect developmental plan that a youngster needs, especially for a centre back, man. And even as well, like, he's still a kid. Bring him into the under-21s. Give him more experience. Give him more understanding of, like, football in general. Like, I just think he's still a kid, man. He shouldn't be even starting at Man United. He should be a 5th choice centre back at best, bro. But I can't lie, I'm with Jarvis in this. I think I see more.
Well, but people gotta realize I'm not saying this as a criticism of Logo or Euro.
No.
I'm talking about the comments from Scholes and Bot.
Yes.
And I'm actually saying to myself, I might be wrong on this, even though it's an unpopular opinion. I'm having an open mind that maybe they're not good enough, and maybe Scholes are right. Maybe they know something, and who am I to
genuinely, Jarvis, if you go by that standard, who's good enough, Jarvis? Who's good enough?
Yeah, but the thing is, who am I to get offended by anyone's take? Just because I'm a fan. I love the young players, and I think they are fantastic. This is what our club is about.
Jarvis, I'm not offended, but I don't look at Manchester. You can't tell me Euro's not good or whatever, and tell me Luke Shaw is one of the best left backs in Europe. Like, Luke Shaw is fucking horrendous. He's been horrendous, and his face fits. And it's also, there's a part of British xenophobia as well, Jarvis. Yeah. Both of them. One plays for Denmark, the other one plays for France. But when it comes to other English players, they're British players, ex-United legends, they protect them. Roy Keane let it slip and told us about Gary Neville, how Gary Neville told him not to criticize Harry Maguire. It was on Sky Sports. Honestly, I don't know if you got it in Norway, but he let it slip. He said, "You're always telling me not to say anything, not to criticize him." These are things that I play. For me, I don't think going to win a league. I genuinely don't. Even say Eski can say what he wants, but Eski can come in. But even Bruno, he's not positionally disciplined enough to be able to win. Because to win a league, to challenge for a league title, you need every aspect to be functioning as a squad, not just as the 11. You need guys coming off the bench, banging in goals, helping the team. You need to be well-oiled machine. To me, I'll say it, and Arsenal fans don't like it. This Arsenal team will win the league, maybe. They will go down as the worst entertainers in the history of the Premier League. They would be the worst team to win the Premier League.
And possibly the Champions League. That's the weird thing.
No.
Well, I'm praying that Barcelona get back and beat Atletico Madrid 3-2 and then hopefully take out Arsenal. Lamine Yamal will take out Arsenal. Mark my words. If they get back in this tie. I know it's difficult. For me, let me tell you two things about the Spanish teams. Soon as Courtois got injured for Real Madrid, I was like, And soon as Rafinha got injured for Barcelona, I was like, I genuinely do think that Barcelona could have had a good go this Champions League. Rafinha got injured. Courtois got injured. And last night you saw 38-year-olds making big saves. German defender, goalkeeper. Neuer, he's there. In the big games, in the big Champions League games.
Wow, what a game.
And the match winners are super important. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But for me, I think to criticize those two young players, I will never be here defending. I'm not a pearl clutcher. Don't criticize these players. I don't believe in any of that shit. They get paid a lot of money, these professional footballers, that most of us will dream. Will be the biggest dream. Our grandchildren, I don't have kids, but if I also have kids, my grandchildren would be all right in life. You know what I mean? The money that these footballers earn. So I'm not here to defend them, but I'm just saying to you, like, who plays in our squad that is really, and I disagree with Eski. He named all these players. I don't think they have, because none of them have shown. Mbeumo was playing for a team that was battling mid-table. Cunha was playing for a team that were fighting relegation. Sesko was playing for a team that now and again makes it to the Champions League. So who really? Bruno, Manchester United have been more in Europa League on Bruno's reign than they have been in the Champions League. Facts. Like, Diego Dalot is not a guy. Luke Shaw, forget about it. Harry Maguire, forget about it. I can go through the team. Like, what are we doing here? Like, our midfield is nowhere to be seen. Casemiro, yes, in the past, yes, he was the one that's actually won, and you can see the way he plays, but his legs are gone. So at the end of the day, how many players in our squad or team have this league challenging? Because it comes from the owners. It comes from the football structure. Manchester United are not ready. In Man City, I think you asked a question before, whose team's playing better football? Man City are. Man City. And now I think the way they're playing, I think Pep might stay for another year, 2 years. Because he's built another team. See how quickly they built another team now.
Yeah, and also look like they have cracked a code, when it comes to the 3 number 10s and the fluent movements.
Sometimes it takes players a couple of months to really figure it out, Jarvis. So exactly what the coach wants them to do.
Yeah, true.
But they look like they're ready. And they're not going to have Champions League now. Arsenal are under huge pressure, incredible pressure this Saturday.
Yeah, look,
Bournemouth at home is a big. If Arsenal win that game, I think they might be.
Might be done.
If they lose or draw that game, I think.
I need to see league judges. Bridge.
Yeah. Go ahead, FP.
Look, I'll say last word for me. Then I'm going to get off. I mean, obviously, look. I respect what you're saying and stuff, and you don't agree with what I'm saying that some of these players could challenge for a league, but I think everything's like in hindsight. Would you have said back in the day when we bought Berbatov from Tottenham, or he could challenge for whatever the fuck? We were juggernaut back then. Everyone would have bought would challenge for a league title. So if City somehow win a league, no, but hold on. Of course. Yeah, and Tottenham were whatever team back then, and we bought Mbeumo, which was one of the better players of whatever team in Brentford, and the same with Cunha for Wolves. So, do you know what I mean? It's still early to tell on all of the players that we bought. Literally, it's been bought for less than a year. But what I'm saying is, like, you would have looked at this Arsenal team, but the players they bought, would you say these are league winners and stuff like that? Ultimately, it does come down to, again, the point that I'm sticking at, it comes down to recruitment. Whatever Pep Guardiola buys, he's bought talent there. It will work itself out eventually. Arsenal have won the league. Like you said, they've had, not playing the best football. They're playing WrestleMania in the box, but they have the best squad, arguably, and the biggest squad. And this is why the argument comes down to why have Liverpool failed, if that's the metric. Well, that argument falls down at the manager. The manager has clearly, let them down massively. So much so Salah falling off, but it doesn't really matter. Look at what they spent. Look at the team. Look at the bench. They've got 2 teams. Arsenal got 2 teams. City thereabouts. Chelsea to a greater or lesser extent. These teams that are doing well, it's because of their squads. And in recent years, Liverpool have done well because, again, it comes down to their recruitment. We know the story between Jurgen Klopp wanted, who did he want? He wanted someone else instead of Salah. Was it Götze or someone like that? He wanted someone else anyway instead of Salah. No, to the recruitment team said no, he would see your system. Point being, I think with our recruitment, it has done us well so far this season. I'm not here praising Ineos, but I say if you look at it just objectively, what we've bought this season, has it serviced us under 3 managers? Well, we'll say 2. Under 2 managers, we were one of the best attacking teams, creating the most chances, scoring the most goals this season, and defensively, like Matthijs de Ligt, I think he's a Premier League challenging defender. I think Sancho Martinez is a Premier League challenging defender. Everyone else, fringe players, remains to be seen. And Sunderland, I think he's actually come in and done very well. I think he could challenge for a Premier League title. I don't see why not. He's not really put a foot wrong, and I'm very confident. I think he'll be a very confident keeper between any back line. So to finalise, I do think, ultimately, the reason why we're third this season, it's not ultimately down to Michael Carrick and what he's done. I ultimately do think water just finds its level, that it does come down to recruitment. And the reason why Liverpool and everyone's laughing at them, the current Premier League champions, they've spent £500 million. They've got that insane squad. It is ultimately the manager to blame. It can't be the recruitment that is to blame for Liverpool FC. Look at that team. We would have killed for their summer window. We did fucking shows, all of us here, saying, look who they've just bought, look at where shit Man United, they're starting to third back on, we signed Isak, we're not this team. That. So ultimately, life just doesn't work like that. So I think just see what happens this summer. We'll assess it at the end. We're going to get upset that we've not signed anyone before the World Cup, but no one really does anyway. It's the World Cup, yeah. We'll see if we do sign 1 or 2 beforehand, Camavinga, midfielders, whatever. Maybe get one big one over the line. Like we did with Cunha. That one we wrapped up, I think, in March or April last year. We knew that was done already, so that was done before, obviously, to help with funding in it, because that was part of the season beforehand, metrics and all that. So, yeah, just to finalise, I think we'll see what happens. At the end, we'll just have to assess it, who we've bought, how many players, what positions, and then see what we're doing there. And then, but like I said, I still stick with my opinion that we've got a couple of players there that I do think, if they stick around for another 2 years, could challenge for a Premier League title. So yeah, that's just it for me anyway. But yeah, I'm going to peace out, guys.
Yeah,
have a good show.
I appreciate all each and every time.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead,
yeah, man. Big up people.
Yeah, well, I'm nothing to add. I think we have summed it up quite well. This show. It's been a great show, guys, and I see we have more than 100 likes, so that's a good thing. So a lot of interesting comments also from the legends, and Sheikh Arian and all of you guys. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in, and it's been a great show. Also, I just want to say when it comes to the early signing, let's say if quick around the table, what type of player, who do you think we will sign as the early signing, the shirt seller? Is it going to be Baleba or?
I think Tonali for me. I think the fact that Tonali isn't going to the World Cup now, that's who Man United are going to sign, in my opinion. It's an easy target as well, just someone to bring in early for the pre-season for if Carrick's going to be the permanent coach. So yeah, Tonali for me.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of the fan base split on Baleba actually. I think majority of the fans want Elliot Anderson, but I think he's gone to City. And when I asked yesterday, I did the poll: if you were Elliot Anderson, who would you go to, Manchester City or Manchester United? It was clear 67% said they would go to Man City. These are United fans saying that. So yeah, I mean Tonali would be a big scout. I'm not gonna lie, he's a good player.
Yeah,
to be a big scout, but yeah, for me, it's about not just about the quality; it's about the quantity.
Yes.
And just to let people know the poll we asked, and to be fair, yeah, 48% said 4, 49% said 3. So yeah, and only 3% of the United fans think that United should sign 2 players, 2 midfielders this season.
One final question to Jarvis, just very quickly. The Masters are on tomorrow, Jarvis. Do you have a lot of hope in Victor Hovland to win the Masters? You have
I don't know if is he fit. Yeah, I've had this back injury, haunting him for all the time. But I don't know.
Right, okay, is he still out? Yeah.
No, well, I'm not. Yeah, he plays tournaments, but I think he's not training properly. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if he's there,
yeah. But I have some good news. That one of the local golf, what do you call it? The golf pitches.
Yes. I know you're on about. Yes.
Are opening now in the 10th of April, and that's the earliest start ever up in the north. So
wow,
that's good. That's good. Yeah. It's starting to be better outside. The sun is shining. Today it was 12 degrees. The snow is disappearing quickly. So that's good. Happy days up in the north.
Yep. Well, I'm hoping for a double for McIlroy or even a Shane Lowry. I would love Shane Lowry to win it, or even
McIlroy's never won it, has he? He's never won it, has he?
No, he won last year.
First time. Wow.
First time. So, but also for any of the English golfers, I would love Justin Rose to win it, man. I think Justin Rose is one of my favorite English British golfers out there. I think he's just such a gentleman. So he is. I think it was, even though I loved it last year when Rory won it, but I felt so awful, so bad for Justin Rose too, man.
Right. Yes, he messed up at the end, didn't he? The last shots.
He did, man. And McIlroy's a United fan.
I've got friends who are into golf. I actually detest aspects of it, the elitist aspects of it. I detest it. But a lot of people are big fans of it. I understand.
Oh, it's amazing. But look, fingers crossed that whoever
you and Jarvis need to play sometimes. Jarvis sends me.
Yeah. That would be
Jarvis,
great.
when you're over at Manny, well, sure, I'm going to Norway in the start of August.
Pre-season of United games are in Norway, Jarvis.
Yep.
Yes. Give me a call.
I've told Jarvis already I'm going to be over there with Mrs. So
yeah, man. Big up, man. Big up. Listen. Make sure you check out Tactical Devils, man. Jarvis, Bowley77 on X, POLE77 on X, and Tactical Devils. That channel should have at least 5,000, 6,000 subscribers, man. YouTube is an absolute horrific place at this moment in time. I don't even know what they're doing, Jarvis. Honestly, I don't know what they've done. They have effed up YouTube. Honestly, I don't know what they're trying to do. Make sure you check out Ben on our ex Elmo39. He's a streamer, gamer. So make sure you check him out on Twitch, Elmo20, and Elmo20 on TikTok as well. Big up people. He recently went and competed gaming.
Birmingham.
Yeah, in Birmingham for the gaming. What was your game? What game did you compete in, by the way?
Call of Duty. So it's a It was there was about 20,000 people in the venue, and it was amazing just the fact I'm on the stage, playing like in front of so many people behind me and in front of me. It was phenomenal, man. And just hearing the crowd as well. Sometimes it was actually quite hard to actually hear,
Wow.
what your teammates are saying or what the game is like, saying, like when the crowd is just behind you and just cheering and all that. It was mental, man. But one of the best experiences of my life, man. Honestly, one of the best experiences. But
Yeah,
yeah,
big up, man. Big
man.
up, Ben.
Nice.
Yeah, big up and big up the chat, big up the mods, big up King Soul, big up Shakarian, big up
Yeah.
Firi, big up Zimba, big up everybody who's commented
Big up
tonight
Shakarian,
and took part in the show. Love and light to all of you, man. And we leave it with a heavy heart, man. I got family, I got friends and family like in Lebanon. The heart goes out to them. They tried to genocide them. They tried to genocide them, man. I got friends in Iran. So my heart is with them. Fuck the state that's not real. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck the psychos. Fuck these warmongers. Fuck the industrial military complex. Fuck the imperialists and the colonizers. And free Palestine, free Lebanon, free Iran, free Syria, free all the Congos, Sudan, free everybody, man. All of them are connected. All of the struggles and oppressions in the world are connected. Free the people, man. Free the lands. Fuck the Zios, man. Wherever they are in this world, they're like Nazis to me. They are like Nazis. They are. They bombed the synagogue in Iran the other day.
Oh, just stop, man. That's
They
just
bombed the
awful.
synagogue in Tehran
Awful.
the other day. That tells you everything that you need to know. So F the Glazers, F Ineos, man. Strap in, people. It's going to be another tough season, and they're going to give Carrick the job. I think it's going to be without them proper doing due diligence. But quickly before I go, Jarvis, would you take Nangelsman?
Well, as I said in the beginning, it comes from a place of ignorance. I don't know enough about him. I haven't studied him enough to know, actually. For me, sitting saying I wouldn't, maybe I'm wrong. But maybe I should do a deep dig on Nagelsmann to know more about him. To know the.
I mean, for me, I'm the same. I am totally put off by any of these modern coaches. I think Manchester United need a pragmatist, but we need a more flexible pragmatist than we need Michael Carrick. I think it's going to be a mistake with Michael Carrick. That's my 2 pence. I hope I'm wrong. I genuinely hope I'm wrong about that. But yeah.
But it's not just Michael Carrick. It's the coaching team. It's Holland.
Yeah.
It's all of this.
I don't think Holland is that great. I think England when they come up against any team, any decent team, England got found out. So I don't think he's that great either.
I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of Nagelsmann. I mean, I watched him there when Northern Ireland were playing against Germany, and he plays with three at the back system. Sometimes he plays with 4. But one thing I watched, and a good friend of mine who was with me at the stadium when they were playing. Yes, it's international football, but it's still his tactics at the end of the day. He just ditches the midfield all the time. He just when they play from the back, they always go wide all the time, all the fucking time. And we cannot be having another coach that vacates the midfield all the time. We can't.
Yeah, but the thing is, Nordin, why would we have Holland and Woodgate and Evans to be in the coaching staff for the future Man United team? We are bringing in superstars. We are talking about a massive window. We are bringing in Tonali and all of them, and we are going to have Johnny Evans and Woodgate standing there on the pitch every day. Don't they understand that these players are the top of the best of the best? And they need
to do everything on the cheap
to learn from.
They got try to do everything on the cheap.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I would actually keep Carrick if we would bring in proper coaches.
Yeah, top coaches.
Top coaches.
Top coaches. Or if you bought on somebody like Ancelotti and Carrick still like one of the somebody to oversee. Yeah, I can take that. But I don't think that for me it's about the medical team, it's about the injury rehab team, it's about getting that part of in order, Jarvis. It's about getting those things in order. We're not. But anyway, fuck the Zios and fuck the state that's not real. And fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Glazers and Ineos. Peace, love, and like I said, Bowley77. Make sure you check him out on X, Jarvis. Does the best show. Best show on YouTube on a Monday night, 9 o'clock. Jarvis Corner, Bowley 77. Tactical levels. I really wanted to come on, but my friend, I had to help. I was gonna jump on. My friend rang me. I was like, no, I need your help, so I had to go and help.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
But yeah, Camavinga. I'm a bit like this about Camavinga, Jarvis, but we'll talk about it another time.
Not a big fan. Not a big fan. Injury prone. You know, we don't want that.
Yeah.
We don't want that. But I mean, I'm so sick of talking about Elliot Anderson and Baleba and Wharton. You know, I just wanted to talk about something else.
Solidarity love to your friends nerding out in Blemba.
Yeah,
honestly,
man. Honestly.
Pray for them, man. Honestly.
Yeah. Big up on love, people. Good night.
Good night.